Hey, this is, I'm not giving you a hydrology lesson. The hydrology lesson is happening over there at the locks, and you're going to see it after you walk over there, pouring out at about 3.5 billion gallons a day with 33,000 pounds of nitrogen and about 6 and 9,000 pounds of phosphorus and about 175 cubic yards of all this suspended silt and sediment. That's polluted water that's going out into this estuary with no treatment, no recognition of this estuary body at all. And those of us that have fought for this estuary for many years feel like it's just a devastation and destroying. And I appreciate all the signs. This is the samples I've been getting. This algae, this is Microcystis aeruginosa. It's a toxic algae. Do not touch it or bit near it. It causes hepatotoxin, which is bad for your liver. And also the silt and sediment, oh, there it is, that comes out is all suspended in the bottom. We have about over 8 to 12 million cubic yards of this stuff already in the St. Lucie, and this is adding another 10 truckloads a day of stuff already coming in. So basic hydrology, and I appreciate my Vanna over here, Leon. This all started in the upper chain of lakes south of Orlando. The water flows from there all the way south, and natural flow used to come down in the upper chain of lakes to Lake Kissimmee. And then gradually it used to wind back and forth an oxbow like a river, a 105-mile long river with a 2-mile wide floodplain on either side. So when it got real wet up there, it would flood the river plain. It would flood out 2 miles on either side. And then it would get here into the lake. That process took about 6 to 8 months for water to get from the chain of lakes to the lake. Now they channelized it, and it takes less than 2 days. We get rain up there, it comes to the lake, and that's why the lake fills up. The lake used to flow south. This 60-mile wide flowway, known as the River of Grass, was described as the Everglades. That's the way the lake naturally flowed. Well, along in 1926-28, we got 2 big hurricanes came across here, and they basically wiped out a lot of people, unfortunately died around the lake. So they built the Hoover Dike around the lake, 35 to 40 feet high, completed in 1937. And that opened up this area south of the lake for agriculture, primarily sugarcane, that now grows sugarcane right in these areas and has complete water conditions and control over how much drainage and how much water supply they get. So that starved the Everglades, and they improved the St. Lucie Canal and the Caloosahatchee over on the west coast, which goes to Fort Myers over here. So this Caloosahatchee and all is getting the same stuff we're getting. Very much damage to their estuary, their oysters, their clams, their seagrasses, just like we're getting in the St. Lucie. And what's happened is they've used these discharges, and they don't have any other outlet south to put the water because it's being blocked by the agricultural interests. So what happened, and what Carl has mentioned, is Plan 6. And as you'll see the banners here, Plan 6 is the only fix. And basically we have to get that water moving south. And there's a plan that was proposed in 1993-94 by the science subgroup called Plan 6. But it was shelved by the Corps of Engineers in the district. We're revising that to make it a project that would replace the ASR project they're trying to treat the water from Lake Okeechobee with. So we need to put this project in place. But you all can help by getting this going viral and saying we need Plan 6 now. And we need to put it in place now because it's going to solve the discharges, no discharges out of here. Put it down south where it needs to go. So that's about it. I've talked technically with people. This can work. This is a feasible plan, a feasible project. The only thing holding it up is political will, which means that you and I and everybody here needs to contact our congressmen and our state representatives and tell them this has got to change. We've got to put the money and the project together and get it done within the next 5 to 10 years, right? So we can get it done, and I don't have to pass on to my kids, or the young lady that was up here, she can hopefully tell her kids that this is going to be restored, truly restored, and get that river of grass redone and restored. Thank you very much. They feel that it's in the public's interest and public safety. They don't want people crossing here because they think somebody might get hurt. They also posted the sign about the algae because the microcystis is now coming through and could cause health problems. But it's normally open, and this structure, you normally, if there's not a boat locking through, you could walk across to the other side of that concrete building, and this is what you would see is these 7 gates dumping all this 3.5 billion gallons a day of polluted water into the estuary.